So as you can obviously tell by the screen right here, I'm going to be playing Fez today, but before I even mention anything about Fez, I'd like to discuss something more important, just for a brief moment, because it's something that has been kind of annoying me as of late. So most likely you guys already know that if you're subscribed to a person's channel on YouTube, there's a little bell icon that you can click right next to the subscribe button, and when you click on this bell, it will notify you whenever that person you're subscribed to uploads a new video. And the reason YouTube implemented this was because the sub boxes are just completely broken. But I wanted to quickly bring it up because I noticed that this problem is seemingly getting worse, because some of the people that I'm subscribed to, sometimes their videos don't show up in my sub box until like maybe 5 or 10 minutes later. I've been starting to notice that a lot more often, and I'm worried that it might be happening to your guys' sub boxes, and it most likely is because YouTube is just completely crapping its pants at the moment. So if you are subscribed to my channel but haven't done so already, please click the bell icon so that way you get notified whenever I upload a new video, just so that you guys can be assured that I am still alive, because apparently YouTube no longer likes informing people that their creators still make content on this platform. I'm being hyperbolic, of course, but still it's incredibly annoying, so please click that bell icon, and yeah, that's pretty much it, so on with the video now. So the game I'm playing today is called Fez, a 2D, 3D, 2.5D, I'm not sure which to be honest, but it's a puzzle platformer, developed by Polytron and published by Trapdoor. It was initially released as an Xbox Live Arcade exclusive in 2012, but it did eventually receive a PC port the following year, and the year after that, it finally arrived on PlayStation 3 for Nvidia. Now, if you guys have ever watched any of my videos, or at least my more recent ones, you know that I like to open up these videos with incredibly long monologues, mostly regarding various aspects of the game I am playing, like its development history, the actual plot of the game, its release history, and various other pieces of trivia that probably no one cares about except myself. But this time around, I don't really want to do that. I'd like to just go into this game not telling you guys a single thing about it, because I honestly think that in the case of Fez in particular, this game literally can't be described unless it is shown. And I think this video will work out a lot better for both you and me if I choose to do that, not to mention there won't be a very long and tedious monologue you have to listen to that goes on for like 5 minutes before I get to the actual game. But if there are a couple of things I would like to mention before I dive into this absolutely gorgeous puzzle platformer that I only recently got the chance to play finally, which I'm incredibly disappointed in myself that I missed out on this game for many years on end. I'm really happy I finally got to play it because I've been enjoying the hell out of it. But the years leading up to Fez's launch were pretty chaotic ones. I won't go into too many details, of course, but basically, it involved delays, redesigns, legal issues, and the main developer of the game, Phil Fish, saying stupid things on social media, which for some reason he continued to do long after Fez's release, but that's a different video for a different time. But when it finally made its way onto Microsoft's digital distribution service, it was met with critical acclaim. Well, not just critical acclaim, more like universal acclaim. But why exactly was it met with universal acclaim, and why do people constantly herald this as being one of the best puzzle platformers of all time, or just one of the best video games in general? Well, I don't have a definitive answer to that, of course, but I think I could at least provide you with some reasons as to why people feel that way, and why I feel that way, despite the fact that I actually haven't managed to beat the game yet. Also, I do realize I have missed out on a few days of uploads again, and no, I am not dead. I've been dealing with some personal stuff again, and as much as I want to say it wasn't for anything serious, it kind of was, but also wasn't. I don't want to get into too many details, but it sort of killed my motivation to make videos for a few more days, but I want to try getting back into the swing of things. There's a lot of games that I plan on recording over the next couple of weeks or so. I'm gonna see if I can try to get them recorded all in one sitting. It'd be great to go back to that one time last year when I had like 10 videos pre-recorded. Yeah, it'd be nice to revert to those times again. How about we just get this journey started? Let's just dive right into the world of Fez, and you're gonna see why exactly it's called Fez in just a moment. Now, that's my other save slot right here. I have 60% completion on it. I'm not sure if I'd say that completion percentage is accurate, but we're not gonna focus too much on that right now, and I might explain why I think that percentage is inaccurate, but for now, we're just going to go to an empty slot. Yeah, so let's just start a new game here because we can't do anything else. Obviously, we can't continue a new game right here. So you're gonna see what exactly makes this game extremely cool and really innovative. So it zooms in on our room right here, and we're controlling this little guy right here, who I don't know about you, but he kind of resembles the robot from Big Hero 6. Either that or he looks like one of the Odd Ones Out's characters. I don't know, am I the only one who sees that? I really hope not. So this guy is named Gomez, and he's, well, he's a creature. I don't know, he doesn't have any real special traits. I mean, he doesn't have that much of a personality because I don't think he ever speaks at any point in the game. But you can move around your room right here, so if you're playing this on keyboard, you use the left and right arrow keys to move around, you press spacebar to jump. The height at which you jump depends on how long you hold it down for, of course, in like literally every PC platformer. You can't interact with anything in your room here. You have these drums, which actually have the Polytron logo on them, but you can't play them, unfortunately. You can go behind the bookshelf. It says you can press the up arrow key to enter a door. So how's about we go and enter the door then? And now we're out here in the village. Just got a very short cutscene right here. Just this guy with an eye patch moving around. Yeah, so he just put something in our mailbox. It's traveling down a tube and into our home. Just hang on a moment because our home is way far down. It's all the way at the bottom. Yeah, so it's telling us to walk up to the mailbox right here, so I really do like this. Even the tiny little flowers right here are animated. Everything is just so beautiful in this pixelated little village, this almost blocky little village right here. Even the butterflies, you got some kind of bouncy seagulls. Everything makes noise. It's all like bit-crunched bird chirps and everything. It's audibly pleasing as well. Your eardrums will be very pleased by it. So we press left control to read the mail. Yeah, you can probably tell from that alone that this is meant to be played with a controller. Dear Gomez, please meet me at top of village. I have something very important to tell you. Today is special day. Geezer. Yeah, so we have to... That's the guy at the top of our village, so we have to go and meet up with him. Use the I, J, K, and L keys to look around, which is like the camera movement right here. So this is one feature that I do find really cool. You have almost complete control over the camera. You can move it around diagonally as well. Gomez also moves his head around in the direction in which you're pointing the camera, so if you're moving it up, he looks up, move down, he looks down, move left and right, he moves his head left and right respectively. As simple as that. Sometimes the camera doesn't always reset though, like resets back to his position. Can be a little bit annoying, but we can press Z to talk to the villagers. I could run around all day. In fact, I will. Other than that, the NPCs are just completely brainless. Gomez! Hi, Gomez! And yeah, that's the only real bit of conversation you'll get out of him. You don't actually press the Z key to talk to the villagers. Normally you press left shift to talk to them, but anyone who has used a computer knows exactly what left shift does if you press it 5 times in a row, so in order to protect yourself from potential annoyances, I would recommend rebinding it. So you press left or right to shimmy, down to drop, space, or up to hoist. So it's talking about grabbing onto ledges right here. So what we can do is that we can grab onto the sides of ledges right here, and Gomez will hold on. But we can also shimmy, which means that we can move to the front of the ledge right here, so we're still hanging onto it. So you got a little bit of perspective right here. The world's not completely flat. Then you press space to drop. If you're holding onto a ledge, you can also press either the up arrow key or the space bar to get up onto the ledge. And that's pretty much all you need to know about that feature. What does this nerd have to say? What's your favorite shape? Mine is square. Not cube, that's for sure. Because there is no such thing. Well, your mind is about to be blown in just a few minutes. But first, I want to get through all of this other stuff that I would like to show off first. So, then you have this guy right here. So this, I assume, is his house, but he's not in here at the moment. Not really anything else we can do about this right now. There's not really anything else to see except for images of all the other people living in this village. Also, there is a day and night cycle in this game. It cycles through day and night, and the lighting changes as well, in regards to the time change. So even with all these pixel graphics, it's still really gorgeous, really beautiful. I was going to say that the later game does kind of resemble Minecraft a little bit, but personally, I think this game does a lot more stunning things with its visuals than Minecraft ever does. This game may be retro-inspired, but believe me, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely breathtaking at some points. Gomez also has idle animations if you leave him alone for too long. There's one animation which he falls asleep, which is actually this one right here. But we can't fall asleep right now. We've got a job to do. What do you have to say? I love Village. I lived here my whole life. Yeah, the village is literally just called Village. The founders of this place were not very creative. So you can climb up these square-shaped vines right here. I'm gonna fall back down here just to show you guys this. So you press spacebar. Well, actually, you don't need to press spacebar. All you have to do is hold the up arrow key when you're standing next to them. Then you can use the arrow keys to climb up them. You can move in all directions, even diagonally. So then you have this guy. right here. He says, reality is perception, perception is subjective. And we're gonna see exactly what he means in just a few moments, but again, we just want to go through all of these doors. I mean, we don't really need to go through all of them right now, but they will be important for later, so you may want to go to them now, so you'll remember them for later on, because they will become important, eventually. I believe this is, the house of the geezer, because we also have a picture of him. Also, any door that you open, it will stay open, just to show you that, you've already entered that door. That's just a windmill, we can't do jack crap with that. Why can I not move? Okay, fine, I'll just jump then. We do have a cat right here, playing with a butterfly. I can't, raid this guy's mailbox, unfortunately. We can go into his house, though, because nobody locks their door in this village. Oh, right, this is actually not someone's house, it's a classroom. There are no such things as devil squares, only regular squares. I don't know if she's referring to cubes. Cubes are the devil here. They are the embodiment of Satan himself. They are tools invented by him to corrupt all the children. Yeah, see, the time changes and all the lighting is different. It's so cool. I love it. I love it. It's so gorgeous. Yeah, here's the guy with the monocle. He says, "You are looking nice and flat today." Things are gonna get pretty, things are gonna get a little cubic in just a moment. Just you wait. This appears to be like some sort of kitchen. Again, this is not important right now, but it will be for later. So just remember this for the time being. So if we go over this way, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because the camera is so close. Well, actually, I can just move it over here. Yeah, there's a treasure chest right there. Again, we can't get that right now. Remember it for later. So what we want to do for now is just we want to ascend to the top of the village. Just jump on these platforms. Get some very simple platforming right now. And what we want to do is that we want to talk to the geezer, which he actually talks to us automatically. And we have a seagull friend here. Ha! There are you! Today is special day. Wow, okay, he's just like eavesdropping on my conversation. Yeah, what the heck is this? He's like stuck in between us. Also, we have Tetromino constellations in the background. Today is special day. Adventure is ready. It's Gomez time! Anytime now. Just you wait. There you go. Okay, and then he flies off. Yeah, so then we have this cutscene where a cube suddenly appears. Gomez is just staring at it. It's manifesting out of thin air. I really do love that animation. Yep, and then the entire world just explodes into a burst of colors. And just kind of rotates around us. Yeah, I guess if you're prone to epilepsy, you might not want to watch this either. Because we will be seeing those effects later on. But then we're transported to this world right here. We just have the cube floating. And then the cube starts communicating with us in some weird alien language that we can't understand. Okay, I didn't want to pause, but frickin' McAfee decided to annoy me again. I just wanted to close it. Yeah, so this cube is just talking to us in some weird alien language we can't understand. He might as well be reciting ancient Babylonian hieroglyphics. But again, you'll need to remember this for later because these symbols are actually important. And it is possible to decipher them as well, to see what they're actually saying, but I haven't managed to do that yet because I just can't be bothered. But then the cube's gonna start rotating. The cube itself kind of looks like a maze. Oh yeah, I just realized it's made up of tetrominos itself. And then we're gonna start rotating. As you can see, everything's turning into 3D. Just wait for it. Just wait a moment, because everything's going crazy here. Then he just says some more stuff that is incomprehensible to us at the moment. We just stay down. He's gonna give us an item. We got a beam of light. And from the beam of light descends a fez. Nice little 3D fez right here. Also, I do believe this game does run on a custom engine. I think it runs on something called the Trixel engine. So it's not Unity. No, this was before everyone began using Unity to create their own crappy games. Not that this game's crappy, it's far from that. It's the exact opposite of it. Use A and D to change your perspective. So yeah, we use A and D in order to move around, and this is how we solve a lot of the puzzles later on. Yeah, then the cube just explodes into tinier cubes, and then the entire world starts going batcrap crazy. It just kinda starts breaking. Yeah, even the game is freezing right here. And then it crashes. And that's it. That's Fez, guys. That's the entire game. I really do like this sequence right here. It's booting up. It's like an old operating system. But yeah, the game does actually reset right here because it does take us to the opening credits, the main menu, opening credits. What am I talking about? Well, I guess there's still technically credits because it's listing the developers of the game and the engine that was used. But then we're back on the title screen, but as you can see, the logo is now glitching out. So we press enter to start again, and just wait for this entire sequence to get through. And I don't believe it's going to take us back to the save select screen. No, it doesn't, okay. Because I haven't actually tried that before. But now it seems like the day just suddenly reset because we're back in our house. But this time, we have a fez on our head. So we have exhibiting a little bit of sophistication right here. Looking really stylish. Yeah, you'll also notice that when we go behind this drum, as you can see, Gomez becomes kind of dark. So if you're behind objects, you can see Gomez's outline. Although, for some reason, it kind of freaks out at times, because it doesn't always appear to work. And I've had numerous instances of that happening when I was playing this off-screen. And then you have this other cube, which is kind of like the tutorial. Yeah, it kind of bugs you. It just teaches you about all the different mechanics. Like when you come across something you might not have seen in the game before, it tries to teach you what exactly it is. Gomez, something went wrong. I need your help. I was sent to guide you. I am Dot. The hexahedron has been fragmented, shattered and scattered all over the world. You must restore it. Without it, everything will collapse. You have received a gift. A great secret has been revealed to you. There is a world beyond your village, and dimensions beyond the ones you occupy. This door leads to the outside world, but for now is sealed shut. The marking on it indicates that it won't open until you have collected at least one cube. There are many such doors in the world, each requiring more cubes than the last. To reach the end of this journey, you will need to find all 32 cubes. But first, you must leave this place. There are 8 cube bits in this village, like this one right here. Together they'll form a full cube, which you can use to unseal the door. Find them! And... oh yeah, so quick recap, shiny golden cubes, very important, gotta find them all, or else the universe collapses with you in it, no pressure, and remember, use DNA to change your perspective. Now get going. So yeah, what it told us right here is that these are cube bits, you collect these in order to form cubes, there's 32 cubes in total that you need to find. I managed to find about 17 of them in total, or I managed to restore 17 of them. So the way you can obtain cubes in this game is by collecting cube bits, of course, but there are some levels that have fully restored cubes at the end of them, and you can just go and collect those, but again, we'll get into that later. That's actually much later on in the game, so I'm not sure we'll even be able to show that off. Like, I don't know if we'll have enough time to. You can talk to him. Nice hat. Yeah, so I believe the villagers do say some, have some different dialogue now. I saw a devil square! That must be, the cubes they're talking about. Where'd you go? Did you bring me back something? I just kind of spit on my trackpad a little bit. Alright, cool. Let me just go and clean that up quickly. Get out of here, please. Okay, thank you. Alright, let's keep on going. A little duster comes in handy at times. Anyway, yeah, we go into, their houses. So yeah, we need to find all 8 cube bits in the village, though, in order to, unlock that door so we can continue on. So this right here is actually a secret, so we change our perspective with the A and D keys. You can see some, new things you weren't able to see before. Yeah, this bird statue, again, remember it for later. Yeah, those guys with the large foreheads, you may also want to, keep those within the back of your memory as well. Basically, everything you see in this room, except for the couch, these books, that grandfather clock, and those pictures of floating islands, are all important. And also, there's a treasure chest behind here, but what we do is that we change our perspective to here, and then, all of a sudden, we can go behind the fireplace. A treasure chest. To open it, face it from the front, press left control. This is kind of like a Zelda thing right here, where you just open the chest very slowly. As a matter of fact, I think this game was in part inspired by Zelda, and also games like Mario and Tetris. I mean, the Tetris references are extremely obvious, because even the freaking constellations are made from tetrominoes, or they form tetrominoes. Tetrominoes! I don't know how to pronounce words correctly. I seem to have a very difficult time with that, and it's kind of pathetic. Keys can open any locked door, can only be used once. Yeah, so some treasure chests will contain keys, some of them will even contain cubes. Not all of them, though. As a matter of fact, I was only able to find, like, one chest that contained a cube. So yeah, we just shift our perspective back over to here so we can get out of the fireplace. That key will definitely come in handy because we actually use it to unlock the door that's right above us. So yeah, we can move our perspective around in order to see parts of the village we were never able to before, and this is how we get around different parts of the village, so we can move around this side. What we want to do right now is that we want to change our perspective to here. We want to jump up on this crate. I don't know why this girl is just walking into a door. Oh wait, she wasn't walking into a door. She was just walking straight the whole time. Yeah, just don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. But yeah, we unlock the door, and in here, we have a treasure map. And this will come in handy to us, because, well, this world is very expansive, so we will definitely be needing it later on. You found a treasure map. A map of what? To where? I don't know. Figure it out yourself. If you press the tab key, you can open up an inventory. It'll show you how many full cube shards you've collected, along with all the treasure maps you've gotten. There's about 9 of them in total. There's also artifacts you can find later on. And if we rotate once again, this side of the cube has nothing on it, but it will later on. Because it says that there's only 32 cubes, but in reality there's actually 64, because you get introduced to something called the anti-cube, which are supposed to act like opposites to the normal cubes that you find, and they're blue in color as opposed to yellow. I'm not entirely sure what their use is right now. I've only managed to find about 2 of them, but much like the regular cubes, there's 32 of the anti-cubes to find as well. That was a cube, but that's non-possible. Well, it very much it is possible now. It's possible through the powers of a ridiculous-looking hat. Who would have thought? It allows you to see higher dimensions. Here's the geezer, right over here. We can talk to him. It's been so long time. It's your turn now. I'm tired. Plus, there's the eye thing. Yeah, he only has, like, 1 eye. Also, there's this, gizmo right here that I don't believe you can interact with at all. I have no idea what it is. I tried to interact with it, but it does absolutely nothing. I thought it might have been important for something, but unfortunately it isn't, so we're just going to ignore it. We're just gonna ignore it, because we don't like things that have no use to us whatsoever, right? Right. So let's go into this door then instead. I'm gonna try and find some more pieces. Yeah, so we have another cube piece right here. Can it be? A new direction? Whoa. Yeah, so these pieces look 2-dimensional, but when they rotate, they are actually 3-dimensional right here. You can see some other things in the classroom that you weren't able to see before, like a diagram of the inside of these creatures' stomachs. Also a map of the village, and some other stuff I can't really make out at all. But we just collect this. We add another piece to the cube right here. So that's 2 of them so far. But we need to find 3. We can also go to that treasure chest over there, finally. We can't just walk along the clothesline right here because, well, it's not solid. We talked to this guy. It was really pretty, but don't do it again. Anyway, let's go raid this guy's apartment over here. Yeah, because, oh yeah, there's, well, actually, I don't know if there's even anyone living in here. I don't know, why would you want to live in a kitchen? Well, anyway, we got another, shard from that. Another cube shard from that, then we go around the back right here. There's actually another door. So we go into this door. There's just another cube shard lying around here. Not really anything else here for us to see. If you do change your perspective very quickly, you can kind of get Gomez stuck in the air right here. So time kind of stops when you're shifting your perspective. So yeah, it is for all intents and purposes a perspective puzzler. It's a term I like to use for describing games that have to do with, like, shifting your perspective. Well, like, everything appears to be in 2 dimensions, but then you can move it around, and you notice that there's actually 3 dimensions, and you can get a different perspective just moving the camera around like this. So it kind of has to do with, like, optical illusions, almost. I used that term when I played End of File a few years ago. Also, we can't finally get to the treasure chest. We can just jump over here. We can only open the chest from the front, though, so we still have to alter the perspective so that Gomez appears in front of it, because he can't open it from the back, because, well, that doesn't make sense because it's a treasure chest. It can't be opened from the back, obviously, because that would be idiotic. And there's actually another cube right down over here. So yeah, whenever there's a level that contains cube shards, or these little cube pieces, there will be like a little beam of diamond-shaped light that slowly pulsates out of the level. It'll emit noises. The level itself will emit very distinct noises. Like, you see that cube piece up there? Like, just watch for a moment. Yeah, you see how it emits, like, those sound waves, and they're also visible? Well, that shows you that there is, in fact, a cube piece there, so that's how you know. Listen for the audio cue, and that way you'll know there's something there. Also, we can't actually open our map right now, can we? No, we actually can't. Okay, fine. Also, I need to stop saying actually so much. Good lord. I really need to cut it out with my overuse of adverbs in my video. I use adverbs way too often, and I'm aware of it, okay? I'm very sorry. I know my commentary gets very redundant. I have to cut back on my adverb usage, because I'm gonna be honest, it's even starting to annoy me now. I'm getting extremely annoyed by it, but where's this last cube piece actually, because I don't remember. See there, I just did it again. It's like I do it almost unconsciously. Yeah, you'll also notice that he's standing on the other side. You're standing on the other side of the building though, which all you have to do is just well, get out so Gomez can reveal himself, and then you can go around the back right here. So that's how the perspective shifts work in this game. So when you're behind an object, well, just go in front of it. Like, move out of the way, so that way Gomez is not being obscured by the object he's standing in the back of, and you'll be able to see him again and go around the front. Oh, right, there was another door down over here. I remember now. I remember now. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, by the way, the rats don't interact with you. Yeah, you can't interact with any of the animals moving around, because the animals are essentially NPCs too, but unlike the other villagers, you can't interact with them at all, and they don't hurt you. There are no enemies in this game, by the way. The only real enemy is yourself. If you're very unskilled, if you're very bad at video games, or you're just too stupid to solve puzzles, then yeah, your intelligence is your only real enemy in Fez. You did it! Now you can unseal the door. Let's go. Yeah, so there's absolutely nothing we can do in the village now. This place is completely useless to us. I don't think we even come back to it, or at least we won't for an incredibly long time. For most of the game, as a matter of fact. So now, we're just gonna try and get down to that door. We can also drop down, and then we can press the up arrow key while we're dropping in order to cling on to the vines. So that's one way to get down them a lot quicker. I guess if you're trying to speed run, sure. Viable strategy, I guess. Yeah, so this door will open now that we have one cube. 1 down, 31 to go. The door is unsealed. Are you ready to begin your adventure? I do believe I am. Even though our adventure is not going to be too long, because I don't want this video to carry on forever. I know this is your first time outside the village, so if you get lost, you can use the world map. Press escape to bring up the world map. So now we can actually use the map right here. This is the world map. It shows where you've been. You can zoom in and out using S and W, rotate with A and D. Each node represents a place in the world. A gold plating on a node means you found every item, secret, or passage in that node. Yeah, so if you want an idea as to which parts of the world you've completed 100%, look for the gold plating on the nodes. That's the way you can tell. Although not all of them will be gold plated, but you still would have completed them 100%, I believe. Because it's telling you that there's a secret, but I already found the secret for this place in particular. Yeah, this guy's house. The monocle man's house. But it's telling me I haven't completed that. There's nothing else to find except for that treasure chest, though. So yeah, you can move this around. You can also spin it around, too. Move the camera around like this with I, J, K, and L keys. You can see how all the maps are connected to one another. So these are some other maps that we can also enter from these locations, but we haven't discovered them yet, so they're just gray cubes. We can just press either escape or the Z key to back out of that menu right there. So what we gotta do over here is just climb this tower. There's a bunch of vines that we can climb up on right here, so our ascent will be a pretty simple one. Oh god, wait a second. We have to go... Yeah, we have to orient it like this right here. Because we want to try and get all the cube shards, of course. The little cube pieces. Well, I say cube shards, but really the repaired cubes are the shards, because we're going to use that in order to repair the hexahedron. So really, the tiny cubes are actually the shards of the hexahedron. We're going to try and piece it all back together. Yeah, so these are just some very easy shards to collect right here, because this is just straight platforming. Change your perspective in order to find the other platforms right here, because they're hiding behind the other side of this tower right here. Then we repaired a second cube. To tell you guys the truth, repairing all the cubes in this way, like just collecting all these shards, it's actually quite easy. Because when I was playing this off-screen, I was expecting some parts of the game to get incredibly difficult and mind-melting, but to tell you the truth, the game's actually very easy. For one thing, there are infinite lives. You cannot... Well, I mean, you can die in this game. I was about to say you cannot die, but you can, as a matter of fact. I will demonstrate it right now, actually, just to show you. So you can just fall off the level. But as you can see, if you fall off the level and you die, you just wind up back to where you last were. So there's basically invisible checkpoints scattered throughout all of the levels, so even when you die, you reset back to your previous position, so it's actually a very easy game, and to tell you the truth, the puzzles are not really that challenging either, in my opinion, because I was able to figure them out without too much trouble. I don't know, it's not the most challenging game in my opinion. Still an absolutely gorgeous game, but probably one of the easier puzzle platformers I played. That's just my opinion. Check this place out, feels pretty important, eh? Let's have a look around, shall we? Oh, no way, it's another door! I told you there would be a lot of doors. This one requires 4 cubes. This one 8, and this one 16. This place, it's like some kind of important door place. Oh, I don't know. That's why you're here. Now go find them cubes. Yeah, so I've already unlocked all those doors on my other save file. So this is, I guess, kind of like a hub area. You can come back to this later on when you have collected enough cubes in order to unlock all these doors. Can't unlock any of them right now because I only have 2 of them. Maybe I can show off the one that does get unlocked when you collect 4. Got some nice soda waterfalls right here. Got some nice cream soda waterfalls. Oh, yes, and you can actually go behind them as well. I don't know if there's any way to get in front of them, though. Because there was this other level I encountered that had, like, a gigantic waterfall, and I wasn't able to figure out how to get behind it. Well, I mean, I wasn't able to figure out how to get in front of it, I should say. One more thing, if you press tab, you'll bring up the inventory. The inventory keeps track of the things you find. Okay, now I'm done, I swear. Yeah, you already told us that, so as you can see, we have the cube shards in there now. You see this thing right here with the 2 squares conjoined together diagonally? That is a secret door. We can't open it right now, but remember it for later, because it'll be important. Well, I mean, the only real thing it's important for is for, like, fast traveling. Yeah, those secret doors are kind of like the fast travel mechanic of this game. It allows you to get back to other areas much quicker. So, then we have this serene location right here. This serene beauty. Very nice indeed. Yes, just, my god, like those graphics. It's just so stunning. You know what? I guess Mandagon's graphics do kind of remind me of Fez as well, now that I think about it. This is just beautiful, dude. You can fall in the water. Gomez can swim, though, so he won't drown. So he's fine. He knows how to swim. He's not like Mario. He's never been taught how to swim as a child. Well, I mean, Mario knows how to swim, but he only has like a finite amount of breath. But then again, Gomez never goes under the water. He stays at the surface. I guess maybe because he doesn't know how to hold his breath. I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning for that whatsoever. But we're gonna go up this way, because we got some cube shards to collect. Please and thank you. Or cube bits. I don't know why I keep calling them shards, because like I said, the repaired cubes are the shards. You should tell me something right here. Yeah, this is a war-up gate. This one's not working right now. You'll have to find the other gates first, and they'll connect to one another. Yeah, we can also use it to fast travel back to here. But that thing needs to be repaired first, so instead, we're gonna go into this door. There's a bunch of doors we can go into. Yeah, and by the way, you can also tell where the door will take you if you look very closely at the background. You notice how there's like another location in the background over there? It's very faint, but if you squint your eyes, you can make it out a little more clearly. Yeah, so that's where we'll be going back to if we decide to go back through this door, the one that we already opened. Also, for the doors that you opened, it does show you a preview of that location, because you've already seen it before, so it's just showing you where exactly it'll take you to, but you can also tell from the background as well. Also, the light rays as well. The light rays casting down from the sun. This game is, like, so gorgeous, dude. Combining, like, 2D pixels with 3D voxels, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful and stunning, and it's just so gorgeous. It's honestly one of the most beautiful video games I've ever played. I really do mean that. What other synonyms are there for beautiful and stunning and gorgeous? I need to think about more, because I've just been using those like way too often. Yeah, if we go through here, we'll wind up at another location. Yeah, these locations are massive too. Like, there's so many of them, and you don't need to complete them in any order as well. Like, it's completely non-linear. Just go to whichever location you prefer first. You don't need to do them in any real order at all. Go into whatever door you please. And I'm gonna move the camera around right here because I want to try and get some of these shards. Yeah, we can jump up these vines as well, just to climb them a lot quicker. So if we rotate like this, yeah, we can get up here. We can fall down. We're gonna land on this platform in order to get this square. Then we can go to the other side, or the cube, I should say. I'm sorry, not using the correct definition. And then we can drop right here in order to get this cube right over here. Now we got 4 shards. And then we can just jump up here in order to unlock this treasure chest. None of the blocks in this game function as ceilings, so you can just jump up to a platform, like nothing's blocking you off. Ceilings basically don't exist in this game, so there's no need to worry about them. Nothing will be in your way, nothing's gonna attempt to block you off, prevent you from claiming your loot, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna try and move back around here because there's actually another square right over here. Yeah, this one. I'm gonna see if I can get it. Okay, yeah. Move around like this, and then drop down in order to collect this one right over here. And I believe those are all of the bits for this platform in particular. So now I think what I want to do is that I just want to make my way back down. I want to rotate a little bit. Well, actually, I don't think there's anything else over here, is there? Well, except for that other platform up that way. But let me just consult my map here for a moment. Okay, no, there is still something. I forgot, there is actually another treasure chest up here. I don't know if we can get to this one right now, though. Or maybe we can. Hang on a second, let me just rotate this around for a moment. No, I'm quite certain I can't. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to make that long of a jump. I can try it if I want, but yeah, it doesn't work. Also, there is fall damage, so if Gomez falls from a very tall height, then yeah, he'll die. Again, he'll just respawn instantly, because again, you have practically infinite lives. So don't worry about dying. You might as well not be able to die in this game. If you do end up losing a life, it doesn't restart you back all that far either. We're just gonna ignore that for now, because I think what we are going to do instead is go up here. Yes, we're gonna go up this location instead. I want to fall down here, grab onto these vines. Want to move this around. Yeah, so this is, I believe, a secret door right up here. You can go and open this. It'll take us to yet another location right here. Yeah, so this just takes us to a treasure chest, though. Yeah, it's like 2 pyramids facing each other, but the one on top is upside down. But we just opened this chest. And I think there might be... Yeah, there's another treasure map right here. So we find the second treasure map. So I think it might be telling us where all the treasure chests are. I don't know, I haven't really found a particular use for the treasure maps, honestly, but they're just something you can look at. You can actually view the items, too. You can rotate them, and you press the A and D keys in order to do that. You can't rotate them upwards, just left and right. You can kind of make them spin around. I do believe they are important for something, but I haven't been able to figure out what for exactly. Also, that pink water you can swim in. It's not dangerous, it won't kill you instantly. Yeah, these passages you can just go through and you'll wind up on the other side. So even if you are standing on like a different platform, if you change your perspective, then all of a sudden you wind up on a different platform. It's just so cool. It's just really amazing. Now this one right over here, okay, I don't know why I fell right there, but see, there's more vines, so you can just keep on climbing. There's also vines on the side. But I think we need to go up this platform. I think we can just take a quick stop right up here, go on top of this cube that's somehow grown into this tower in order to get another shard. And then I think what we can do is that we can jump down here. Okay, I wasn't expecting to land on that platform, but I believe we can fall without dying, yes, in order to collect that one. Very nice indeed. So we're very close to restoring the third cube already. Then we go up here, we got a bunch more shards. You see, this is what I mean. Like the puzzles are very simple at first, I guess because it's just trying to get you used to all of the mechanics. And I mean, they do become a little more complicated later on, but really the game is not that difficult. It really isn't. Like, it doesn't get that much more complicated, in my honest opinion. It does start throwing a lot of other obstacles in your direction. Like, there are platforms that rotate, so whenever you're standing on them, as soon as they rotate, your perspective will change. But since you already have control over the perspective already, you can just shift your perspective back whenever they rotate. It can kind of trip you up at times, but no, it's fairly easy to work with other than that. You'll also notice that we are coming to the top of the level, and there is a cube that's already been repaired. All of the bits have been put back in place. We're gonna try and collect that cube. Am I gonna die? No, okay, no I'm not. Gomez's legs are somewhat strong. He has some strength in those bones. He's not a total wimp. Not a total wimp. I guess if there's one downside to him, everything kills him in one hit. It's not like Mario. I mean, Mario can survive falling like 1,000 feet in Super Mario 64. How much damage does he wind up taking? Only about half. He can survive a 1,000-foot fall in that game. Also, why the hell am I comparing a game that came out in 2012 to a game that came out in 1996? Is there even any logical reasoning to doing that whatsoever? I'm not even sure. Oh. That's cool. I never saw that before. There's like a shooting star that passes by occasionally. Yeah, you can also see the Tetramino constellations again. But yeah, we're trying to get up here. I'm just trying to figure out how I did this before. Yeah, I think you go up the square platforms. Well, technically they're cubes, but... Oh, look, it's a little gate. They can take you back to the closest war-up gate, but they only work one way. Yeah, so we just collect the cube right here. We got it. And that's 4 of them. Very nice indeed. You found 4 cubes, now you can open that door we saw earlier. You know, the one just outside of your village. Yeah, so this is a little gate. And, yeah, we have to press the up arrow key in order to use them. Got another burst of colors right here. And now we're gone. Yeah, I really do like this loading screen right here. This is basically what the loading screen is. It's just this... It's basically Dot just orbiting around itself, or just rotating on its axis. Oh yeah, and also, parts of the level are missing, and parts of the level just got restored. Yeah, this is definitely a bug, because something else that I also encountered when I was playing Fez off-screen is that occasionally when I use one of these war-up gates, when I come back to this screen right here, this level, sometimes parts of the level are just invisible. Like, there's only fragments of the level that have been left behind, but I did notice that if I rotate the camera around, if I rotate the perspective, then it fixes itself. I don't get it in the slightest, but we are going to go back to that door now. And we're going to go back over this way, and we are going to unlock the door that requires 4 cubes. And this may actually be the last thing that I show off in this video, guys, because this video's already been getting pretty lengthy, and as much as I would like to show off some other parts of the game, I don't want this video to drag on for, like, over an hour. In fact, I feel like that's how long I've already been playing this for, so I'm gonna end it after this, but I would like to, at the very least, show off this level right here. This is pretty cool. You change your perspective. As you can see, there's a giant level right over here. Yeah, just got a giant room that you can just jump into. There's just no entrance whatsoever. And some of these rooms do contain cube pieces. So you got this little platforming segment that's actually extremely easy. Just absolute child's play. And then we go back out. And then we can make our way up here. Yeah, you also have these statues. I think this may also be a reference to the other villagers that you will see later on in the game, but not right now, because they only appeared, like, much later on. If you guys want to know when exactly they come into play, when you get 16 cubes, you'll finally see them. The 16 cube door will lead you to the ancient people who actually still exist, because they weren't wiped out, but I don't know, this was some sort of ancient civilization at some point. It's just abandoned now. Just growing moss on it. Oh yeah, also this thing right here. Gomez, watch out, black holes! Black holes are bad. Without the hexahedron, the world is growing unstable. Space can only be folded so many times before it rips. Yeah, so there's also this other feature I'd like to show off. So sometimes when you're moving in between rooms, there will be rips in the space-time continuum that occur, which will result in random black holes appearing out of nowhere. If you fall into them, you die instantly, but once again, because you have instant respawn, you just appear right in front of them. They're a lot less visible in this room, but just to demonstrate, yeah, you fall into space and then you just die. You get spaghettified and that's it. You're just gone. You're just gone with the wind, but then you just come back because you're apparently immortal. Yeah, you see, you just reappear. I would like it if there was like a little bit of an animation that would play once you finally reappeared, but there isn't. It's just kind of abrupt. And I don't know. I don't really like it. It is a bit of a nitpick, I will admit, but I don't know. I just don't personally like how it's so sudden. And you have another cube piece right here next to these statues. And then I believe what you can do is go over here. I don't think this will kill you. No, it doesn't. Although that statue is not solid. I think some of these you can stand on. I'm pretty sure. But what we want to do, so we want to climb down here, just fall down. Here we go, got those sturdy legs. And then we want to go in here. Well, actually, there's, oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, there's no cube shard in here, but you do get these, like, paintings of, the ancient civilization that used to live here, hunting down some giant monster. And then, I don't know, I guess, are they cooking it here? I can't even tell what this is exactly. Yeah, this is one of the very few rooms in the game where you can't change your perspective, actually, because it doesn't work. You also have this caterpillar in here. I don't know why he's here. He's being kind of stupid. Wait. He farts? Okay. Why are his farts white? Is that meant to be, like, silk or something? Well, that doesn't make sense, because it's not a... It's a caterpillar, not a spider. Can they shoot silk? Okay. You know what, you just... I mean, you can kind of influence their movement. Like, you see how I'm chasing him, and he's kind of trying to slither away from me? Yeah, please get out of here. I don't know anything about animals or creatures or... Get into this room. Okay, actually, that just takes me back. We might have already completed everything. Okay, yeah, we have in fact completed everything, because we already have the gold plating on the Noid. Oh, okay, well, let's get out of this room then, because there's nothing more for us to see here. Okay, well, if there is one last place I would like to show off before I end this video, we go to the top of this tower. It has a giant bell on it that you can ring. I haven't figured out what exactly the bell is used for. I know that I can ring it. It makes a really loud, obnoxious noise. I don't know what else to do with it other than that, but let's try venturing up the tower here very quickly. Now, also, like, all the wildlife right here, it looks like it's like, even though these places look abandoned, they're all covered in moss, but there's still like creatures right here. It looks like there's some actual life in these levels. I just love it so much. I really do. Well, actually, should I show off what that door does down over there? Because actually, that might have been where one of the anti-cubes were. Like, one of them that I found. But hang on a second. I'm gonna go and find all these shards right here. I mean, maybe we could, restore another one of the cubes first before we do that, one of the regular cubes. Now, actually, the anti-cubes are the reason why I personally think that the 60% completion that I have on my other save file is inaccurate, because the game appears to calculate your completion based on how many cubes you have. Like, I have 17 regular cubes, which is about 54% completion, but I also have 2 anti-cubes on that file, and having 19 out of 32 cubes is 60% completion, so it's also counting the anti-cubes as well, but there's 32 of those to collect too, in addition to the 32 regular cubes. In reality, I only have like maybe 30% completion, I would say, so... Anyway, ring the bell. Ding dong. Ring the bell by pressing left control in front of it. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, there we go. You just ring it. It makes a really loud noise. You can play it in different, notes. I think there's a C note right here. Yeah, there we go. Got that C note in there. I guess you could play a little bit of a song with it, but like I said, I don't exactly know what its purpose is. And then we go up here. There's actually nothing up that way. Well, hang on a second. No, there is definitely something up that way, but there's a door. There is a door. Where does this door lead to again? Oh yeah, it leads to that platform over there. Okay, well I don't really want to show this off. I'd like to demonstrate this first. I'd like to go back down here and try to show off that that other hidden door. Yeah, the one all the way down over here, because this might actually be where one of the anti-cubes are. Or is it? Oh wait, no, it's this island. It's like this weird island over here. Yeah, so I don't really understand the point of this place, because it just leads to an island with a lone tree on it, but there's absolutely nothing to see here. You can swim out into the ocean if you just want to go exploring, but you won't find anything, because I have tried to do that. I was swimming for like an entire minute, and it didn't lead me to anywhere, so I just decided to swim on back. Occasionally, black holes can appear in this place too. In fact, the entire tree, like all the tree's leaves, get turned into a black hole. I don't really understand what the point of this is, though. You can rotate, but it doesn't lead to anywhere. It does say, if you look at the world map, that there is a secret here, and it does lead to another area, but I cannot figure out what exactly that secret is. And I can't jump on the tree either. I can't get to the top of it. But you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna leave this video here for now. There's so much more that I wanted to show off. It'll still be a lot longer before I can get into some of the other features, like the anti-cubes and all the other different challenges that the game throws your way in the later levels. But it takes a while to get there, though. Maybe I will make more videos of this, though, because I would actually like to show off more of this game, so who knows? Maybe a few more videos of this will come in the future. Maybe it won't be a full playthrough, but at the very least, I would like to document some of the other discoveries I made along my journey, and I would also like to try and play this a little bit more off-screen and try to find the other cube pieces and some of the other anti-cubes. I am actually stuck on one segment right now. Well, actually, I don't know. That looks a little suspicious right over here. What exactly is this? There's just like one part of the island that appears to be missing, like I can go underneath it. Is that important for something? I almost feel like it is. Why is there just like one segment of land that's missing right here, like right behind the island? That seems a little bit suspicious, but I'll figure out later on. I'll figure it out later. So yeah, other than that, that's all I really have to say about Fez. Very disappointed I missed out on it for so many years. I feel like I have more control over Gomez than, like, any other video game character I've ever played as. There's so many things you can do with regards to platforming in this game. Like, you can grab onto certain ledges, but you can move around them. Like, you can shimmy on over to the other sides of ledges. Like, I'll demonstrate it right here. You fall down on this side, grab onto the ledge, but then you can move to the front right here. Has Mario ever been able to do that? I don't believe he has. Like, can he just suddenly turn around on a sharp 90-degree ledge right here? I don't know, I can't remember a Mario game in which he's been able to do that. You can just drop down whenever you want, and also the vine climbing feels very realistic too. I mean, it's basically the same vine climbing mechanics from Braid, another puzzle platformer that came a few years before this. I don't know if maybe this had some influences that were taken directly from Braid. I don't know, Braid might have been an inspiration for this too. I do know that games like Mario, Zelda, and Tetris, like Phil Fish himself stated that those games which he played as a young child were one of his biggest inspirations for Fez. And sure, it does look very retro, but it doesn't rely solely on nostalgia. Because I always keep saying that if you want to create a game with a retro-inspired design, like 8-bit or 16-bit, then I think that's fine, but don't base the game purely on that. You need to try and innovate a little bit. Fez does that in numerous ways. I mean, what retro game allows you to do crazy things like this? Like rotate the camera around and suddenly, hey, it's actually in 3 dimensions. The entire level has been in 3 dimensions this entire time. Also, what about these lighting effects too? Like, this is so cool. It's like basically combining 2D sprites with like a 3D environment, or pseudo 3D, whatever the heck you want to call it. Like, your movement is limited to 2 dimensions, but the world has an extra dimension added to it, or at least temporarily, as long as you're wearing the Fez. Because the only way Gomez is able to see in 3 dimensions is because he is wearing the Fez. The Fez gives him power to transcend 2 additional dimensions. And also, the music is just absolutely lovely in this game. Especially some of the tracks that play in the later levels. Like, it's just... I need to purchase this game's soundtrack, because this is honestly one of the best soundtracks I have heard in any game ever. I don't know why the music's not playing right now. I'm not sure if there isn't supposed to be music playing on this particular level. I have no idea, but I think for now... just go back to the island, and just chill out here, for now. Yeah, just sit on the edge of the island, look out to the ocean, or I'll just fall asleep and take a nap. I could do that too. Soak in the breathtaking landscape of Fez. Like, look at that tower in the background. Like, even the colors change with the lighting. It's minimalism in its most beautiful form. Everything about this game is great. Even the clouds scroll by very slowly. I'm not sure if the constellations move at all. Doesn't seem like they do. But yeah, I can't say anything more about it. It's just a really fantastic game. And say what you will about Phil Fish, the main designer of Fez, because I know that there are some people who genuinely despise Phil Fish because some of the things he has said on social media in the past, and while I do disagree with a lot of the statements he's made, especially ever since the whole Gamergate controversy arose, I do still think he's a very talented game developer, and I think his work on Fez really shows that. I mean, sure, he might be a very controversial figure within the gaming industry, and maybe he said a lot of polarizing statements in the past, but I would say don't let that deter you from playing the game, like, really do give Fez a try. Don't pay attention to all the stupid bullshit he said. Don't take that into account when you play this game. It's like the whole controversy with Subnautica that cropped up recently. You know, it was just some guy who was making a few jokes on Twitter, and he got fired, mostly because the Subnautica devs had a different political viewpoint than he did, and everyone got mad at the Subnautica devs for that, like some people even going as far as to say that they weren't going to play Subnautica anymore, or support the game, or support the devs for that matter. But I would honestly say that's a very lame excuse for not wanting to support a certain game or not wanting to play a certain game, because I don't think you should be basing your like or dislike for a certain video game based on something the developers said in the past, or certain actions that the devs have made in the past. Just play the game and enjoy it for what it is. Like, put your political bias aside for a moment and just enjoy some great video games for once, okay? I think that's something we all need to do. Just stop with all the freaking political drama for once, because frankly all this political talk is just pissing me off at this point. It's one of the reasons why I don't like using social media anymore. Sometimes just tuning it out and trying to ignore it isn't enough. Sometimes you just gotta disconnect from it entirely, you know what I mean? Go play Fez. It's still a great indie title, regardless of what the developer has said or what he or she thinks. Like, don't judge the game based on something the developers have done in the past. Judge the game on the basis of its quality, not the developer's political bias. It's a pretty cheap game. It's only available on Steam for $10. You're looking for a very chilled out and laid back puzzle platforming experience, kind of like what Braid was, actually, then yes, I would give my highest recommendation to Fez, because I absolutely love this game. Great music, stunning graphics, despite the fact that everything's made out of pixels, mostly. Maybe the puzzles are not that challenging, in my opinion. At least for the first half of the game they aren't, but I do feel like it does start ramping up in the second half. Like, once you've collected the 16 cubes, that's when it starts getting a little bit puzzling, dare I say. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a swim now. I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm just gonna swim out into the ocean. I'm gonna go exploring. You know what they say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, or some stupid crap like that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video I make. Later.